Yeah, I guess we could keep it keep it going about music, but the only other thing I actually really have is criticism. People were criticizing Drake on Twitter about how he doesn't talk about real life events, and I think they're most talking about, I don't know, it's people are very like one dimensional, if that makes sense. Like people take things so literal. So I think when somebody said that people took it as like him talking about it in his music, which I think that is what the tweet was mentioning, but like you could critically think and talk beyond that. Like, okay, yeah, maybe you don't want to hear Drake talk about, like, people were making so many jokes. They're like 3 a.m. in Kabul, Iraq, whatever. I was like, or Afghanistan. I was like, here they go. Like they're like 2 a.m. in Afghanistan, like 6 p.m. in Iran. Like they were trying to make it like it was funny and it was a joke that he doesn't talk about it. So like people were like, oh, it's CLB, not CNN. Like I don't want to hear him talk about like the oil crisis or something. Like, people just being funny. And it's just like, I think people took that so literally to the point where it's like, okay, yeah, maybe like we want to have an escape. And you want to have Drake's album as an escape to the real world problems. But let's not talk about, let's not like ignore the fact that Drake never talks about anything. Like really, like that, he really doesn't talk about much about a lot of, what's it called? Like current events, which, I was on A$AP Rocky's side when A$AP Rocky said, I'm not an activist. I want to talk about fashion. I want to talk about music. I don't want to talk about like Black Lives Matter. I don't want to talk about politics. And I get that because these people don't sign up to be that. But it's like, then why did A$AP Rocky get so much hate when he made that comment? Why did Charli D'Amelio get so much hate when she was 15 at the time and she's a dancer on TikTok? All she did was record herself dancing and ended up getting famous. She didn't ask for that. She didn't ask for followers, and now people are holding her to a standard. And I think to this day, her profile picture on TikTok is a Black Lives Matter thing that she made in May 2020. And I don't think she's changed it because she's probably scared about what people will say if she wants to change her profile picture now. It's like, then why did all those people get so much outrage? But now when people bring it up about Drake, he gets a pass. Like, I hate that. Like, they give him a pass for everything. And I'm on the side of, yeah, you didn't sign up to be that. So I'm more so criticizing people like, why are they giving him a pass, but you guys are so quick to judge someone else. Because if it's okay for Drake not to talk about it, then it's okay for A$AP. A$AP comment it's fine then. He didn't sign up for that. He wants to talk about rap Simmons and make music about girls. Like, I don't think he didn't sign up for that. Neither did Drake. So keep that same energy. Don't come at A$AP and Charli D'Amelio, but yeah, give Drake a tap on the wrist. Like, that's my issue.
Yeah, I mean, you already explained it. I really don't got any more. I don't have much more to comment on that, but yeah, I mean, I think
do you think Drake should talk about current events?
I don't think that anybody's entitled. I mean, anybody's obligated to talk about anything. I just think that people that do talk about things and people that don't talk about things, it's just it says something.
I guess it does, because
what it says, who knows? Because you look at, and sorry to cut you off, I know you're about to say a thought, but you look at Kendrick, for example, when he's only done that his whole career, and you see where he's able to be on the top of the rap game talking about these things, or Kanye, or Jay-Z, or you see any of these other people.
All of them don't get radio play and hits, though.
Yeah, they don't. And
if it depends on where you want to be on that side.
That's not true.
No, it's not true, but I mean, like, like conscious rappers aren't as famous or aren't selling as much as radio music artists.
That's also a misconception too. They definitely do.
Well, yeah, they do.
It's just Drake is in his own category, so we have to put him over here. But if you look at the people that are considered the greatest rappers or the people that are the top of the rap game,
yeah,
all of them.
No, they definitely get their flowers.
J. Cole, no, but I mean even sales, like they still get that.
Yeah.
But obviously, you're not going to outsell God's plan.
Yeah.
And that's what I think you're focusing on.
Maybe I'm thinking too deep.
Yeah, but all of them, like I told you, Kanye did 600, 700 on on graduation for his week with physicals. But I don't think anybody's obligated to talk about anything. But again, if you don't talk about it, then I think it makes a statement in itself. And if you do, then it makes a statement in itself, because you have a platform. Kendrick didn't. Yeah, Kendrick, with all the success that he came off of with Good Kid, Mad City, didn't have to make To Pimp a Butterfly. Mm-hmm. He didn't have to do that. That's not something that's critical. I've never heard To Pimp a Butterfly. The only song I've ever heard off of there that was on the radio was All Right, and that's just because it had Pharrell production, and it was kind of upbeat, like we gonna be all right, like it's like cool.
Yeah.
The rest of it was talking about just insane things, like he was talking about Kuta Kente, they want to cut my legs off, stuff like that's not gonna get radio plays. Yeah. So when you take somebody that has a massive platform, is making millions of dollars, and they still choose to go back and speak about those issues and speak about things that are going on in their community that really have an impact on real people in real life, and the people that are listening to your music, when you can really speak to them on a soulful sort of personal level like that, I think it says more than the person that
Yeah, it
chooses not to.
doesn't.
Not that they're obligated to do it, but if
Yeah,
they don't, then
but it does say a lot
it does.
because it's like somebody like Drake, like like I hate to always bring up race and stuff, but race is important. Like I hate when people be like oh, like why do you have to bring race up into everything? But like sometimes you have to, like especially like a lot of white people will say that, but it's like your ancestors made everything about race, so it's like you kind of have to make things about race because it's so ingrained into our society. So when it comes to like me bringing up race, you have a lot of like the suburban like white kids, and the suburban black kids too. Obviously, that's us, but you have like the suburban white kids who literally will, like right now on TikTok, they're singing GD anthem. Like you have these white kids who are so like have a different outlook on life and so many different perspectives on life, and they listen to this rap music because they like to emulate it. They like to kind of feel like it's cool. It's cool to like rap music, and you get somebody like Drake who has so much of a reach. Can you only imagine if he said some of the stuff? Like that's why it's funny when Kendrick stuff goes viral on TikTok, and a lot of, like everybody makes jokes. Like a lot of black people make jokes like, "Oh, you guys are making these TikToks to music, Kendrick lyrics. You don't even know what he's all talking about. Like he don't like you. He don't even like you guys." Like, and I think that's so funny to say that. And like if you have somebody like Drake, who really says some impactful stuff that they're really listening closely to, they might be like, "Ooh," and make them uncomfortable. Like make them feel uncomfortable. And like he's biracial, so like of course he's not gonna go so deep because he has a white mom. And his child's 75% white now at this point. So it's like, I think he just plays it so safe. And I think he's scared to do any of that stuff. Like maybe it's not like he doesn't care, but I think he just plays it too safe.
Protecting the money.
Yeah.
But one thing I wanted to highlight real quick too is that I don't think that Drake speaking up, and I'm not saying that you're saying this, but I think that this would be people's argument. Nobody's saying that Drake speaking up about things is gonna stop racism either.
Yeah.
But people are so extreme where it's like they're gonna be like, "Oh, you're blaming Drake that racism still exists."
Yeah.
It's like no,
we just.
It's just that he doesn't. So
he's benefiting off of. He benefits off of Black American culture. This is Black American culture. He's from Canada. Rap music, all this stuff, streetwear, like anything that's cool really is rooted in African American culture. Like not even Black American culture, like African American, and people that were taken here and people that built their own culture off of having nothing. Like our people created this very impactful, very fun, very like imitated culture. And he's not from here. He's from Canada. And it's like you're benefiting off of this culture and can't even really stand up for us ever. And you're half black and you're a rapper and you benefit off of this culture, and it's like you never like you said, it's not like we're expecting him to end racism, but call them out, make them uncomfortable from time to time. Like
like just because you know why,
like your impact is crazy. Like so many people will pay attention to some stuff if you say something.
Yeah, because some people are so oblivious. Like it's that Dave Chappelle joke on one of his shows where he did like a little bit. It was like a bit where it was white people figuring out that they've been beating up black people. Like the police been beating up black people.
Yeah, no.
They're like, "Oh my god, did you know that they were doing this?" And as funny as that thing is, like it's really true. Like they really live in their own world. We go drive through Hoboken and parts of Jersey City and parts of Soho is like. Well, Soho's different because it's New York. New York is more culture, but in some of these other places,
like you just see they live in their own bubble.
We were just
admire it.
We were in the Hamptons and we were in Short Hills. Like we've gone to some affluent areas where were we just the other day with the mega mansions? Not the Hamptons, but we're Alpine.
Oh yeah. And you just drive around.
Everybody's just in their own world. So maybe somebody that's as large as Drake, maybe he could make a difference.
Yeah. He could.
And the thing is, and I was thinking about this the other day, is the reason why I tend to not support anybody is because people don't support me.
Yeah.
And especially when it's the simple things that show support, like it's like
a repost.
Yeah, a repost, a like, a follow, anything is such a simple, small task. You taking 15 seconds out of your day to tweet something, tweet a link, tweet a GoFundMe, tweet a organization, tweet anything. you not doing that is more telling than
And
anything.
that's my thing, because it's like, it doesn't have, like, nobody's saying Drake has to make a whole conscious rap song.
I don't want to hear that.
Yeah, we don't want to hear that. We, of course, people are listening to him for what they want to hear, and it's an escape, like they say it is. Nobody's saying that. Like, hasn't said anything. Like, as far as I've seen, like, maybe someone could check me on it, but I haven't seen any post. I haven't seen him post a link. I haven't seen him say this guy signed this petition. I haven't seen him say this is wrong, justice for so and so. And me personally, I'm not the type of person to go on social media. Like, people will judge, like, everyday regular people not posting on their story about stuff. You know, sometimes I'll post stuff here and there, but, like, because I'm not an influencer, I don't think I have an impact or influence. I don't think anything I'm saying is what is that going to do? I actually do action. Like, I'll sign, petitioned out. Like, we went to Newark and protested. Like, I actually do stuff. Me being on social media is irrelevant for me, in my opinion. But somebody like Drake with almost 100 million followers on Instagram, that's a lot of people that are listening to, that's a lot of people that look up to you for what you have to say anyway. People are waiting for a tweet. People probably post notifications on.
And that's, hold on, I got two things, and I forgot the first one already, but the second one,
Sorry,
that's what no, it wasn't your fault, but it was that was my whole thing. I don't know if we talked about it, but at least, yeah, we did talk about it on one of the episodes where there was so much backlash about Fortnite putting MLK in the game, and I thought that was such like I didn't think it was performative, because first of all, nobody asked for that. It's not like there was some big shift in the media where people felt obligated to post things.
Yeah, it was like random,
and they just did it. And the importance of that that I was highlighting was that they're taking something where it's predominantly younger kids and trying to put out a message of peace and positivity and explaining who this person was and what they did
someone like
for
Martin
the world.
Luther King could be so far removed from these kids.
Yeah.
Like, that's
because it's pretty far removed from us.
like 1960s, 50s.
My dad was
my
like
dad
just
was
born.
born-
My
my-
mom wasn't born yet.
My mom was like 3 when he had the I Have a Dream. I mean, my dad was 3 when he had the I Have a Dream speech or something like that. Like, so we're like, the kids are so far removed that I don't think that's performative. Like, I think that's a good thing. Like, they make sure they're always in the loop. Like, let's not forget these people.
Yeah, and I feel like, he could take the same role.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna try to remember what I was thinking about before.
What were you talking about when you thought of it?
I have no idea. I'm probably gonna forget it. I'm just gonna keep talking and just ramble until I figure it out. But yeah, man, maybe he doesn't care. There's that part too.
Maybe like, what was that saying? Was that saying something about like posting on social media? How I don't post and posting, but you said it takes 15 seconds to post a link.
I'm not gonna remember.
I'm trying to jog your memory.
It's okay. But yeah, like, even like you said, I don't necessarily do that. I prefer to actually do stuff.
You know what I hate? Like, I've seen
I don't even get that many story views.
Like, I've seen people who, like, I feel like were being shady, like saying stuff like, "Oh, you guys," like, I see people like they would like tweet something or say something like, "Oh, you post so much on social media, but you're crying now. Like, we noticing." I'm like, I hope you're not talking about me, because me tweeting about this situation, what is it really gonna do? Like, yeah, it's bringing awareness. And like, it's funny, they even had an episode on Grownish about this. Like, I think it was actually what's his name's character, Diggy. Yeah, his character was like, oh, what is me posting gonna do? Like, he was kind of had the same mindset. And like, I just feel like I'm more action. Like, I think as a regular person posting on social media, yeah, it brings awareness, but it's like, if everybody's posting it within my scope, within my network, then what is me talking about it gonna do? If I'm going on social media and my high school friends are talking about it, my college friends are talking about it, people I work with, people I went to school with, everybody, all networks are covered. So me posting it, like, I don't feel like it's necessary. Like, I'd rather actually go protest. I'd rather actually do my research on things and actually try to go make a difference in the real world, instead of just posting it. People will post and don't even do anything.
Yeah.
They'll post a link to be performative. I'm not performative, and that's why I don't go crazy on social media for my personal thing.
Yeah, that's what Kendrick just dropped in his thing. He said, "I've been ducking the pandemic, ducking the fake social activists."
Yeah,
like all that stuff. Yeah.
So many people do that, and they didn't even go to that protest in Newark. Where was you at? And they tried to use the pandemic as an excuse, like, which, okay, valid, but still.
Yeah. So I mean, that's my perspective. I don't think I have anything else on that one.
Yeah.